I like chocolate milk.
Hello. I hope you're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Thank you for the resub, by the way. And hello again, Kazi. Okay, so we're going to be doing a choose your own tech night tonight. I just realized I forgot to see if I can get the freaking remote to work. Looks like that's gonna be a no. Ah well. It doesn't matter. Alright. Also, I apologize if I am a bit slower than usual tonight. I am tired. I'm currently, once again, in the process of trying to fix my sleep schedule for... I've lost track of the amount of times within the past couple of months that I've tried to do this. But it's been a lot of attempts, that's all I know. Do we want to use this tarot deck for the opening collectives? I kinda wanted to, but I kinda... also wasn't sure if I wanted to use another deck or not. I am unsure. We're gonna be using the Threads of Fate Oracle, though. I don't use that one enough, and recently that one's been calling to me a little bit. So. I'm doing alright. How are you? That's good. Yeah, gonna add this in though. The Illuminator's Amulet. Apparently I want sass tonight, I guess. This deck is always very sassy. We're gonna use that as a little affirmation slash extra deck tonight. Okay. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming tonight. Going to be streaming for as long as I can, but due to, you know, being tired and all. Let's see what on my desk went over here. Squeaky. Anyway. Let's see. What message have you got for us tonight? Okay. Ugh. Alright, we got the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Coins, and the Nine of Coins reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed. So, right now, something here getting in the way of just kind of having that, like, payoff to your work, to your effort here. There's a bit of a block here to actually getting the payoff and getting the fruits of your labor here. That obstacle being the self-sabotage. Okay. Releasing this self-sabotage, the ways in which you self-sabotage, is a necessary step towards getting this. Okay. To reaping those rewards, getting that payoff, and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay. This is essentially creating a resistance. But besides that, rather, there's also just kind of this just kind of resistance to abundance here as well. Okay, and this may be one of those forms of self-sabotage. Rather than enjoying what you have while you have it, you kind of wait for it to be taken from you. You wait for everything to go wrong. You wait for, you know, the hit to come. And that prevents you from experiencing this abundance, experiencing this good that you have while it's there. That's one of the most common forms of self-sabotage. It's one that we talk about pretty frequently here, okay? But yeah. Keep putting in the work to become aware of and to deal with the ways in which you're just kind of getting in your own way here. Getting in your way of this. Okay. Soul work is our card. It's got a little bee on it. Ooh, okay. Thank you, hiccups. Okay. Soul work. Sometimes while we are navigating our day-to-day life, we can lose sight of our highest purpose in this earthly realm. This card asks you to once again check in with your soul purpose. It is not possible to be derailed from your soul path, no matter where you are, but clarity does help us show up for it in a more intentional way. Sit with these questions. What are you here to teach? What are you here to learn? What stirs in your heart? Spend some time reflecting upon your soul mission and how you can integrate it into your life. These cards have, most of these cards, anyway, have animal, plant, and stone associations. The animal association for this card is bee. The life of the bee is all centered in one mission: to nurture the colony. There are different types of bees, and they each have their unique job, but it is all to serve the collective. The bee is an ally for our soul mission because once we have an idea of what we are here to do and how we want to do it, they can teach us how to create structure and productivity. Call upon bee when you're in the liminal space between knowing and action. The plant association for this card is aspen. The aspen tree is unique because it grows in colonies where all the trees share an underground root system and each tree is part of the same single organism. It's funny, I think it was literally just like a few days ago that I was actually talking about this tree. The aspen is an ally of remembering. They grow and repopulate themselves by sprouting clones up from the colony of roots. So even as one or more trees die, the heart of that tree lives on in the root system, and the stand can be repopulated. In fact, one of the oldest living organisms in the world is an aspen colony in Utah, estimated to be at least 80,000 years old. Your soul has lived many times, and in those lives, circumstances may change, but your soul has awakened and will continue to awaken to its highest calling. Imagine your soul as the aspen's underground root system, and each life as a tree. Connect to those roots. Your soul that has lived many times. What does it have to say? What is its mission? The stone association is diamond. Contrary to popular belief, diamonds are not created from coal. The lab-created ones can be. They come from the Earth's depths and are produced by the intense heat of volcanoes and cosmic collisions. Our soul work often appears to us in the same way. It is unearthed over time, born from experiences of fire. From your experiences, what message has connected them all? What diamond of wisdom has revealed itself to you? Call on diamond as an ally of transformation in the alchemical process of making your soul's work manifest. Okay. That form of self-sabotage may also be manifesting as just kind of not trusting or believing that your work is actually going to have any payoff here, and that you're never going to get to that moment. In and of itself, creating a block. Remember that what is actually truly meant for you will not pass you by. As this card says, you can't truly be derailed from what you're actually meant for. That doesn't mean that there won't be interference along the way. Card we got. This deck is actually very responsive for once. I didn't shuffle that for very long. The card we got is Stand in Your Power. So, believe in yourself. Believe in the work that you're putting in. Trust that that reward, the payoff, is just right around the corner. So, I hope that message helps for whoever needed to hear. Alrighty. Okay. Well, okay then. Might as well get one more card. Why are all these turning out sideways? Really? I'm just putting it upright. This direction. Thank you. What direction? Okay. Again. Again? How dare? Okay. Of course, this was the last card. This was the extra card, by the way. These were the 4 that popped out on their own initially, and this was the extra card I got because, well, we got 4 cards anyway, might as well get a 5th. How dare you? How dare? I don't know why. The fucking... Why was the first thing that popped up in my head the Mushu quote? Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Why? How dare you? Fucking... Why you do this? Why you do this? Why? But anyway. We got the star, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, 9 of Wands, 2 of Coins, and our friend, 7 of Swords reversed again. Because fuck you, that's why, I guess. Okay, so there's a need. There's, with the star, there's definitely that, you know, like, need for healing. Like, a need for more healing to occur, yes. But also, right now, you're being asked to just kind of hold on to hope. Okay? Even, like, if things may not be going in your favor right now, okay? Things may not be going in your favor right now. And the outlook for your future might not look the best right now, okay? And this future may require you to reprioritize some things, rebalance some things, just to keep, you know, like, moving ahead, okay? And things might look kind of, you know, like bleak in that regard. But know that things will turn around, okay? Remember that the wheel is always turning. What's not going so well right now won't always be this way. And there may be a renewed outlook at some point in the future, okay? So don't keep listening to that, like, inner voice that's telling you that things aren't going to work out, that this is all that you'll ever get. So there's no point in continuing. What isn't working now may change in the future, okay? So, that kind of ties in to what I said earlier about the self-sabotage energy and the need to release it, okay? When we come from a life of lack, it's very easy to tell ourselves that that's all that we'll ever get. That that's all that will ever exist. Okay? And that thought cycle is intensely difficult to break out of. Okay. But do your best to remind yourself that that won't always be the case. Remind yourself that there will be something better at some point. Even if you can't see it quite yet. But know that whatever isn't really going in your favor, whatever isn't working out for you right now, okay? Just keep sticking it out. Okay? Keep sticking it out, keep seeing it through, okay? What's occurring right now might not be in your control. Okay? Because very little usually is in our control. So while you wait for that cycle of good, keep prioritizing yourself. Okay? Focus on what you can control right now. You. Okay? Focus on yourself. Prioritize yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do right now, okay? Whatever it is you need to do right now that makes you feel better, that makes you feel more at ease, that just brings you a sense of peace, a sense of calm, and a sense of grounding. Do whatever that is. We got 5 cards. I'm actually just gonna draw 2. Hello. Okay, we got Share Wisdom, which is I love the speaking like of grounding and stuff. Here we have an image of a tree with a very, very deep root system. And then we have Reclaim. Okay. Share Wisdom. This card is about the wisdom of experience. Our most potent medicine is born from the trials we have endured. It is easy to underestimate all that we know and all that we have learned, but we each have a unique perspective and offering to this world. Our wisdom evolves with us.
Right now you're being asked to speak more loudly about what you do know. Do not worry about what you don't know, or whether you think you are qualified enough. It is time to put voice to all that you've experienced. Okay. Animal association for this is Badger. Badger is known for being strong, powerful, an incredible digger, and a ferocious fighter. They live underground by burrowing complex tunnels and typically come out to forage and hunt, which is why they are a perfect ally for sharing wisdom. Our greatest wisdom comes from the experiences that leave a deep imprint within us. The experiences that lead us to burrow deep down into our underworld. Or those that call for our fierceness and ask us to rise to the occasion. It is always when life feels much bigger than we can manage, and yet we dig deep and find our strength and power, and we fight like the Badger. Okay. So, dig deep within yourself and find that strength. I'm sorry. The plant association. I'm guessing that's pronounced Osha, but I just want to pronounce that Osha. Osha is known for its wild spirit and stubbornness. It's the plant association, by the way. It roots itself in dark, rich soil in the mountains where it thrives. Osha often refuses to be cultivated, preferring to maintain its home in the hills. It knows its medicine is best exactly as it is. Osha encourages you to treat yourself and your story the same. Do not think you must change yourself in order to be respected as a wisdom keeper. What is in you is enough. Call on Osha when you feel like you need to be more and embrace yourself. And truth. Embrace yourself and your truth exactly as it is. Stone association for this is Lapis Lazuli. Lapis is an ally of initiation to our own medicine. When looking at the stone, it is striking how similar it looks to a galaxy. The deep blue, with flecks of gold and swirls of white. It can serve as a portal to accessing our own soul records and the wisdom you have accumulated throughout your lifetime. You can call on Lapis to remember your ancient wisdom and bring it to a space of embodiment and teaching. Okay. And then we have Reclaim. You were born as a perfectly imperfect human with gifts, talents, medicine, wisdom, and knowing. Growing up in a culture that does not nurture these gifts creates misalignment with our highest truth. Reclamation can be a lifetime process, as it is continually awakening to ancient medicine we knew in other lifetimes, and soul wisdom. While there is no rule book or map for this journey, this card calls your attention to what stirs deep inside your soul memory. We are often drawn to places, people, experiences, music, etc. that we know on a cellular level, but our logical mind may not understand why. This card asks you to follow your intuition, trust that desire, and follow it. Reclaim your knowing, your power, your medicine, and your healing. Enjoy the mystery and stories unfolding. Animal association for this is Panther. Why did I almost say plant association? Yes, Panther is totally a plant, me. Brain is not wanting to work apparently right now. To see a panther live is often accompanied with a feeling of awe at how home it appears in its body, environment, and movement. Panther has an overwhelming aura of confidence. It may be laying or sauntering, but it can spring into action in a split second. Panthers are also incredibly solitary animals. They live, hunt, and travel alone. The work of reclamation can also be a lonely journey. It can also be one filled with doubts and questions. Yeah. Panther can teach us how to reclaim our wisdom and medicine with power, grace, confidence, and an appreciation of our solitude. Plant association for this is fireweed. Fireweed is a pioneer plant, meaning that after extreme soil disturbance, a wildfire for example, fireweed will establish colonies to repopulate the land and put nutrients back in the soil so other plants and trees can take root. As a plant ally, it teaches us how to restore ourselves after life takes a toll on us. In particular, it helps us learn our natural capacity to self-heal. And the stone association for this is golden apatite. Golden apatite is a helpful ally for those who've been worn down and are feeling small. Its fiery energy supports us in standing up for ourselves and reclaiming our confidence. Our confidence. Thank you. Many of us were raised to play small, be humble, and cautious. Golden apatite is a guide in breaking free of these ingrained limitations. Call upon golden apatite when you need support in reclaiming your true, confident, and empowered self. Okay. I swear to fuck, if we get like to stand in your power card from this deck again. What is with this ass? Okay. Okay. Both of these are definitely being aimed at that self-sabotage energy, okay? Okay. You're veering off path, and definitely not. These are both going towards that self-sabotage energy. Telling you that you're wasting energy by feeding into that self-sabotage energy, okay? It's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. And cards and guides are here to tell you absolutely fucking not. Ain't no time for that shit. Okay. I hope that message helps. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah, I hope that message helps for anyone who needed to hear it. And with that, let me go ahead and open the queue here. It may not be open for very long, but still. Queue's open for anyone who wants to join. What decks would you like, Adam? Oh boy, not the yawns. If you want, you can choose a deck that's not on the list, by the way, Adam. How did I know you were gonna choose the Angelarium Oracle? Have you been thinking about that deck a lot lately? Yeah, because I've been feeling pulled to that Oracle deck for some reason. Which one do you want? There are two of them. Oops. I also just realized accidentally hitting my monitor, the base of my monitor with that box, just made me realize I forgot my rings. Oh. Oops, I forgot to put that back. What's in there? Okay. Oh, fucking hiccups. Definitely chose an interesting selection of decks there. Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh. Deck is still really fucking hard to shuffle. Like, it does not want to bend. Excuse me? What do we got for you? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait. You keep going sideways. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. We're gonna take that upright. Jesus, that card flew. Thank you. Okay. We have the High Priestess, the Eight of Wands, and the World. So, the reason why this was reversed, why it kept going like sideways, okay? Right now, you're not really trusting yourself too much, okay? Or rather, it doesn't necessarily have to be right now, though right now you might be in that space too, okay? But in the past, you haven't really, like, trusted yourself a whole lot, okay? Nor have you trusted that, like, sense of inner knowing, or that, like, your sense of your intuition, essentially, okay? And right now you're kind of being asked to trust yourself, to trust that inner knowing, and to trust that intuition, okay? Because this is what will lead you forward. Okay? This is what will lead you forward. Okay? You're on the edge of something big right now. But this also turned sideways and was reversed as well. Okay? There's kind of a blockage being created there because you're not really trusting yourself here. You're not really trusting yourself to carry yourself forward. You're not really trusting that sense of inner knowing and trusting what you already know to be true. And you're not really just kind of letting that sense of inner knowing and that intuition guide you and carry you forward, okay? Once you can learn to listen to that a little bit more, trust that a little bit more, okay? this will move you really fast into this. Okay. Trust it. So, that may be referring to what we talked about earlier, by the way. Shortly before stream. I mean, listening to that very thing is kind of what got me here, so just saying. Okay. Just casually falling out of the deck there. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So I love the fucking artwork. It literally just fucking reminds me of Eldrazi from Magic the Gathering. It really does. It really truly does. It's Gavura, Left Hand Judgment. Which, funnily enough, Judgment is the card that appears right before this. I'm not sure if that's going to deal with that sort of similar theme, but I just turned to the page here, so let's see. Gavura, Left Hand Judgment. The fifth emanation, the hand that separates, the rule of law that brings order to the world. Gavura assesses what is just, helping us overcome our adversaries both without and within. Hers is the power to cleave apart a unified whole and leave its component pieces. It is a trait that commands as much fear as respect because with it comes an inherent violence. She does this without enmity. It is an act that must be committed to create balance. The red orb exists as a boundary, closed to the unworthy. Gavura's position at the center of its pillar defines that pillar's trait of severity. Her push against Chesed, on the opposite side of the tree, is met with equal and opposite resistance. Without both of them in equal measure, we have no means of maintaining healthy relationships. We must have judgment to discern what is healthy for us so that we can bring it into our lives and embrace it. Found in Law, Bravery, and Punishment. Interesting. Hello there. Oh. Cute Fox says you're doing well, keep going. I know, right? It's so fucking cute. He's so fucking cute. Okay. Yeah. I hope that message helped, by the way. But yes, this applies, by the way, to more than just, you know, what I mentioned earlier. It applies just in general. Also about, you know, like moving you forward. Moving you forward on your path and progressing on that path. So the goals that you're working towards. But also, yeah. Probably also applies to the thing that we literally just talked about before stream. Oof. I'm trying to get very tired. Just look at these friggin' things. Look at that motherfucker. Not yet, like that one. That one literally just looks like an Eldrazi design. Eldrazi are one of my favorite, oh. Uh-oh. Is Twitch gonna be a bitch? Uh-oh. You see, I keep dropping frames. But anyway, as I was saying before, I got so rudely interrupted by a disconnection and dropped frames. Like, this just straight up reminds me of Eldrazi, and Eldrazi design. The Eldrazi are, like, one of my favorite, like... species, creature types, I don't know what you would call it. But they're like one of my favorite, like, factions in Magic the Gathering, in the Magic the Gathering universe. They're so cool. And, like, the artwork, this artist's artwork just straight up reminds me of Eldrazi designs. And he has worked on Magic the Gathering, funnily enough. But the credits that I've found for him are for, like, various angel designs, funnily enough. But, like, you know, that... like, motherfucker, you should have been working on Eldrazi designs. Like, these... holy shit. Like, look at that. I haven't used this deck in a while. I actually haven't used it very much. I should though. They're so fucking pretty. Which that's just straight up an Eldrazi. They're so cool. Anyway. Ooh. Yeah, if you want to. I do remember there being like a few repeats in here. Because they're all divided into like groups, and there is a bit of overlap between some of them. But yeah, like these are so pretty. They're so fucking pretty. And like the artist that made these, like, his work is just so pretty. I forgot these are textured on the back. There's a glossy design on the back. It's actually, it creates a texture. They're so pretty. Like, some of these designs look less like Eldrazi, but in the first one, they definitely just remind me of Eldrazi designs from Magic the Gathering. Oh, thank you for the raid! Hello! How was your stream? I hope your stream went well. Heck yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm currently, like, very tired. Very low energy myself right now because I'm in the process of fixing my sleep schedule. So for the millionth time, I swear. But yeah. I'm keeping myself up by essentially doing this tonight. But yeah, I hope your tarot readings went well. Thank you for the raid. Right now, we're just looking through some decks that I haven't used in a bit because I'm reminded of their beauty and how much, like, the art just looks. It reminds me of a faction, like a race of creatures in the Magic the Gathering universe that are called Eldrazi. And the artist did work on Magic the Gathering, on like art for Magic the Gathering cards, but he didn't work on Eldrazi. He worked on like a few angel cards. Those are the only credits I could find for him, funnily enough. But like, it would have been great for those characters as well. Yeah, these are the Angelarium decks. I don't use them that often, but they're pretty. I mostly, not gonna lie, I mostly bought these decks for the art. I mostly bought them for the art. But yeah, Let's see. Oh yeah, like, I wasn't sure about these decks and like what they would actually be like. I bought them because, well, they did call to me a little bit as well. But it was mostly because of the art. They are like very nice decks, but these decks can actually be a bit intense, so I don't use them a whole lot. I should try to use them as affirmation decks every once in a while. I feel like they could be better used that way sometimes. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put these away. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works. Oh, Terror of the Divine. Yeah, Terror of the Divine is my main deck. It was the first tarot deck that I got. It was the one that called to me the strongest. And it's my favorite. The only thing that has come close to topping this one is one that's called the Empyrean Tarot. That's made by a company that's called Threads of Fate that unfortunately is no longer around as of a few months ago. Sadly. They closed up shop. And it makes me sad. Every day. Ooh, I don't think I've ever heard of that one. I'll have to look into it. As if I need to add more decks to the wish list. My second favorite, the one that I was just talking about, is this one here. It's the Empyrean Tarot from a company called Threads of Fate. It's massive and absolutely beautiful because all the cards in this deck use lenticular printing. And the deck book for this deck is absolutely massive. Because they packed like a ton of information in it. Each card has like 4 pages. But, so, like, that was, like, one of the things that I really liked about that deck is that, about this deck, is that it's great for both beginners and advanced readers, because the deck book is massive and it includes a fuck ton of information. For those who might need that deck book. But also, it's a great deck for advanced readers as well. It has something for everyone, in other words. But lenticular printed cards. Lenticular printing is where you have 2 images overlaid over top of each other, printed in a very specific way. There are 2 images or more printed on one piece with a thin textured piece of plastic over the top. And what happens is when you look at the card from different angles, the image shifts. It shifts between the 2 images that are printed on the card. It's a beautiful deck that is sadly no longer in print. This is the only deck that's come close to how I feel about Terror of the Divine. And Terror of the Divine is still my favorite. Didn't you get me this deck for my birthday last year, Adam? Oh, that sounds beautiful. I love stained glass. I'm pretty sure I remember you buying this one for my birthday last year, Adam. Pretty sure that's how I got that one. Okay. What Oracle deck should we use here? Since the queue is empty right now, I'm just gonna do some collectives. What Oracle deck should we use? Oof. Darn hiccups. Probably too many, honestly. If you type the choose command, you can see all decks that I have. Though there, to be honest, there are a few that are on there that are more so. I mean, not all of them that aren't included on that list are private decks. There are some that I just haven't included, just because. Like. I have one that isn't on there because it's dedicated. It's dedicated to someone, but I do use it occasionally. It's the Classic Horror Oracle. It's also a fun deck. That's funny. That's the one that I was using earlier at the beginning of stream, alongside this deck. Well, their decks never are. Their decks are something. That's why I'm sad that they closed up shop a few months ago. I also really wish I could show you the edges of these cards. I would have to turn on... I don't even know if turning on direct lighting would actually show that. Maybe... I think I can turn on... Yeah. Let me turn that on for a second and see if it shows. Barely. The edges of these cards have... They're glitter. You can't really see it too well. They're pretty. It's subtle glitter, but it is there. Okay, so just gonna do some more collectives for a little bit here. Queue is open, by the way, if anyone does want to join. But let's see what we got for collectives. Or another collective here, rather. Okay. There we go. I see one of the cards already. How about no? Oh boy. Okay. We have the Queen of Coins, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Hanged Man. So, right now, right now is time to just pause. Okay, now is not the time for movement. Now is the time for stillness. Okay? Now is the time to focus on yourself, to ground yourself, to care for and nurture yourself in the ways that you need. And do whatever is necessary to just kind of get this anxiety, these fears, these doubts, these worries to release their grip on you, okay? Whatever it is that has you in its hold right now, whatever it is that has you in its grasp, whether that be anxiety, perhaps even depression, or some fear or worry or doubt about something, okay? It's time to disengage from that to the best of your abilities, okay? Don't feed into that any further. And do your best to pull yourself away from that by focusing on yourself, taking care of yourself, and doing whatever it is that you need to do right now to just bring that sense of peace and calm. Okay? Right now is the time for grounding and a time for stillness. Okay? The time to move forward again in a bigger way with things will come along eventually. But right now, the time needs to be used for you. Okay? Self-care. Self-care is the name of the game right now. Self-care and self-love. And also going along with that, let go of any like harsh inner criticism. Okay? Don't point that dagger at yourself anymore. Okay? The Alchemist. It's also such a pretty design. Oof. The Alchemist. The Alchemist card indicates a time of metamorphosis. It is a call to view everything in your current life as an opportunity for growth. Right now is a potent time to plant the seeds of what you want to invite in. It is also a reminder that our thoughts are incredibly powerful. We may not feel like we have a lot of control over our lives, but we can work hard at changing our thought patterns to ones that empower us. Exactly. Whatever they are given, the alchemist is able to transmute. They may have a handful of quote-unquote bad ingredients, but they are able to make magic with what they have. It can be a long process, but they hold a vision for the final product while continuing to show up in their negative situation and slowly working at transmuting it. Someone who is in the shadow of alchemist may not believe in themselves. They may have both a fear of failure and a fear of success, keeping them paralyzed in their current situation. They can also minimize situations and keep their true feelings inside, as opposed to getting them out and moving on. The key to being an alchemist is naming what is happening so you can work with it. And often being aware of those patterns and those emotions and everything that's going on in your life that's dragging you down is it is often enough to just kind of begin to release. At the very least, it's the first step. But sometimes just being aware of those things is enough, especially when it comes to emotions. Having that awareness of them and acknowledging them is often enough to just kind of let it be. And often that's usually the only way through them. The only way out, the only way out. The only way out is through. You just kind of have to exist alongside them. Learn to exist alongside them and just let them be. Trying to control them, trying to change them, trying to make sense of them often doesn't really help. It just, in a lot of cases, makes it worse. Hey, my Baba. I hope you're doing well. Okay. We just got a floor card. Your speed doesn't matter. Forward is forward. And of course we got a little turtle friend. Of course we got a little turtle friend. Those sorts of messages are very common here. I don't think I can count the amount of times that we've been told some variation of slow progress is steady progress. Yes, I did. I think I did that sometime towards the beginning of this month. It's just a collective. Yeah. The queue is already open, by the way, but it's currently empty. So I'm just doing a collective. So yeah, it's a collective. It's not for anyone specific. It's for everyone. Anyone who finds something in it, essentially. No, it's all good. I haven't streamed since like the end of September, so you wouldn't have exactly gotten a chance to notice it there. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for the raid again. I hope you have a good night. I probably won't be live much longer either, because I'm starting to get real tired. I think this might be the first time I keep true to that short stream promise, and I didn't even put short stream anywhere in the title this time. Yeah, I'm currently trying to fix my sleep schedule again for like the millionth time this month. I swear. Like over the course of like the past 2 months, I've tried to fix my sleep schedule so many times, and my body is always just like, nah. Every time I try to fix it, my sleep schedule just immediately reverts back to the previous time. Immediately. It's just like, nah, I like it this way, I'm gonna stay here. Thanks. So I've been awake for a while. Let's just leave it at that. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Also, I'm sorry, I think I forgot to say hello to you, Robin. But hello. Okay. Before it gets like too late, let me go ahead and issue a last call for Q here so that I'm not going like too ridiculous. I'll leave it open for just a little while longer here. Also, it's choose your own deck night tonight, Robin, so if you would like to choose your decks, you can type the !choose command to get a deck list. Hey, Kazi. Going all right. Sure. Did you want the tarot deck or did you want the oracle deck? Or did you want both? You can choose a tarot deck and an oracle deck. If you want both of the Empyrean decks, I can get those out for you. Oh, and you can also choose an extra deck. Sorry, you can choose one of each. There's also a section at the bottom for like affirmation decks / like extra decks. Okay. Well, I got my first deck only about 3 years ago. I bought my first 2 decks, my first tarot deck and my first oracle deck, back in late October / early November of 2022. I started streaming March 2023. I think it was like that December, like after getting my first 2 decks. I think it was December 2022, rather. 2022. I was about to say 2023. It was December 2022 that I got my second oracle and tarot deck. And then in 2023 is when I really started collecting a bunch. My first 2 decks were Tarot of the Divine and Work Your Light Oracle. My second decks were Star Spinner Tarot and Moonology Oracle. Then in February of 2023, I got the Empyrean Oracle. And beginning in like 2023, I just started getting more decks. actually about to order another batch of decks again here soon. Combining the money on that goal there with some of my own money to get those 3 decks that are part of that goal. There are 3 decks in that goal there, which is why that goal is like $80. There are 3 decks in that goal, and I'm adding a 4th one. I should be getting those ordered here within the next week, so within the next 2 weeks, hopefully, I should have them. The 4 decks that I'll be getting then are let's see, the Loteria Tarot, a Loteria Oracle deck, a Sugar Skull Tarot deck, and the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot to go along with the Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks. They just released the first tarot deck, which is winter themed, just at the end of last month. No, I think it was just a couple days ago. It was just a couple days ago. Fuck. Okay. Cat Tarot, Empyrean Oracle. Angel messages. And yeah, I've luckily been fortunate enough to be able to collect a fair amount of decks within the past few years. Though I did have to pull back on ordering as many late 2024 and this year. This year I think I've literally only ordered like 3 decks. I've only ordered 3. I have had to pull back quite heavily this year. The majority of the decks I have, I think, came from like 2023. I'm not even joking. And early 2024. So, okay. I have your 3 decks out here, so before I forget, let me go ahead and close the queue here before I forget. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kinda had to, cause, you know, it was only earlier this year that I moved, and all of that kind of took priority. And since then, you know, financial situation has changed a little bit. But not a whole lot, but now that I'm in a bigger place, because before I was living in a motel room for like the past 7 years, close to 8 years. So, yeah. But now that I'm actually in an apartment and I actually, you know, yeah. Any extra money that I do have has been going to other things that I need now, but I do have a bit that I can spend on, you know, like extra things like tarot decks, so. The amount that I'll have saved up now is going to be put towards another batch of tarot decks now that I can, and now that I have the space for it. Like, that was also another reason why I had to stop ordering decks, because, I mean, I used to live in a motel room, so I used to have all of my decks in, like, a, like, little, like a felt basket. It was just, like, a reinforced fabric basket that I just, like, stacked all of my decks in. That basket got very heavy very quickly. So I did have to stop ordering decks because of that. Because I was like running out of space. But I had to be mindful of, you know, like space and stuff. But now I have, you know, more space. I actually have like an actual storage cart that I keep all of my decks in. So I have more space, and I can expand on that space. So I can order tarot decks again. It's probably just not gonna be quite as much as I was before. Okay. Anyway. Let's see what you need to hear today, Robin. Oh, okay. Let's get you an extra one. Okay. Hello. Alright. These are like all sideways. What do we got here? Oh boy. Okay, that one apparently wants to go upright, it looks like. Stop going sideways. Thank you. Okay. He wants to go. Okay. Okay. So there's definitely, particularly with this card and combined with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Three of Pentacles combined with the Eight of Pentacles... Sorry, I should actually mention all the cards, my bad. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, though literally, like, all of these went sideways. So they are kind of calling on the reversals as well. This is just the direction that they ultimately decided to go. But when a card goes sideways, that tells me usually, especially when it does it multiple times in a row, that usually tells me that both sides of that energy are being called on. But I give them a chance to choose a direction. To see which side of that is being emphasized the most. We have the Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Chariot, and the Eight of Wands. So, the combination between Three of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles is telling me here that there is, like, Three of Pentacles is all about working together with others, but this can often be a card as well of learning something, usually by picking up some, like, needed skill here, okay? And with the Eight of Pentacles, that, to me, is being emphasized here. Because this is essentially, like I said, this signifies, like, learning of some kind, and, like, picking up new skills of some kind. The Eight of Pentacles is all about mastery. Oh, sorry. I need to readjust in my chair. The chair is starting to hurt my butt. Okay, so there's definitely a need here to just kind of there's still some learning of some sort to be done here, okay? But know that this energy here, this, like, beginner energy here is turning into it's well on its way to that energy of mastery, okay? Like, you're already getting there, alright? Like, whatever it is that you've been working towards, whatever it is that you've been working towards, okay, you're on your way there. But what is, particularly what the Eight of Pentacles, that, like, aspect of the reversal is telling me is, like, yes, like, it's important to tend to all the details and to do what you can, but focusing too much on all the details of something can often lead to perfectionism, okay? So if there is any sort of sense of perfectionism around whatever it is that you're working towards here, remember to not let that get in your way here, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect to be good, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect to be good. You don't have to be perfect to be good, okay? So don't let that create, like, a blockage here. Don't let that create a blockage here for whatever it is. Ah, is this an outside person? Okay, so yeah. Okay. I get why that element of working with others is coming up here then. Okay. Okay. And I take it that that's preventing you from progressing here. And that this is kind of getting in your way here of this. Because it's what I was about to say before that is that this whole situation is kind of appears to be creating a blockage here, preventing you from just kind of reaping the rewards here, from enjoying the fruits of your labor, essentially. I see. Well, I would definitely say, particularly in regards, again, with like these, the reversals of these two cards in particular, like, if you need to distance yourself from these others, from, you know, these co-workers, don't be afraid to do so. That doesn't mean that you actually have to create any distance. Going in line with the Eight of Pentacles and the reversal of that energy, yes, there's an element of perfectionism there. But also, the Eight of Pentacles is often about, like, just kind of putting your head down and doing the work. And in regards to that, in regards to that situation, yeah. In regards to that situation, how I feel that those two things are connecting with these two cards as well is to just keep your head down and just keep doing what you can do, okay? And know that on the horizon here, with you have not only the Chariot but the Eight of Wands. Know that on the horizon here, there's a lot of momentum, okay? There's a lot of forward momentum, there's a lot of movement. And some shifting, okay? So, do your best to, you know, do your best to just keep your head down and keep focused on, you know, like what you can do. The work that you can do and stuff. And try not to get dragged into that sort of energy, but know that there is something here on the horizon, okay? But yeah, I understand that one. I'm sorry that you're fucking going through that right now. I really do hope that, you know, I hope that things improve and that things chill out. Because, you know, drama at the workplace is never fun. And it's just never good. Okay. Okay, we have... Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. Right. Right, Maybaba. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's also a situation that's never fucking fun to deal with. Either, when you just have a bunch of just higher-ups just quitting. Oh boy. Yeah. Just, in some way or another, know that things are... Things are changing. Because there's a lot of energy there, okay? There's a lot of energy there. Both of these, especially, like, that. Both of these, there's just, like, a lot of fast-moving energy. So, there's something. Okay. Whether that be, you know... yeah. Yeah. Okay. Channel. Moving into the unseen are energetic channels pulsing all around us. They roll like waves, each one a chamber to a new reality. It is up to us to decide which door we want to open. Sometimes you may feel that the doors you want are too far away, but you can try the nearest one. When we shift our state of being by 1 degree, moment to moment or day to day, we are inching closer to the reality we want to live in. Start exactly where you are. Take an honest inventory of what channel you are. Are you entrenched in fear? Are you skeptical? Are you feeling open? Channel is not just an invitation, but a demand. It demands that you see your power. You are entirely capable of getting to where you want to be. Start exactly where you are, and then shift the channel, little by little. Let yourself stretch out. Find the edges of your comfort zone, the place where you meet some resistance, and feel yourself doubting. If you are stuck in fear, maybe saying, I am safe feels jarring, but I am open to feeling safe is both a challenge and a balm. This is not a momentary band-aid. This is a practice, one we must commit to continuously. Try to find enjoyment in catching yourself when you slip back to the old dead channels. You may have to filter out people, places, and things that hold your old energy. Do not fear this transformation. Call upon the element of fire to aid you as you burn away what doesn't serve, to make space for the new. Continue to unashamedly reach for the channels that you have yet to unlock, but will offer new, more joyful experiences. So again, this is all about like a shift in energy. Okay. There's an element of transformation to this card. So there are changes on the horizon here, okay? Know that, like, something here, there is some sort of shift here, okay? But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My queue is closed for the night. Oof. My throat is not happy with me today. But yeah, in some form or another, there is a shift coming. There is some massive change, some massive, like, energy on the horizon here, okay? And this might be, you know, sudden changes in... It wasn't, it was like a cough. There's a tickle in my throat. Because my throat is getting angry at me. Because I'm getting tired. So my body is just like, bitch, why the fuck are you talking? Shut the fuck up and conserve your energy. But, thank you regardless, though. But yeah, whether this be like a change in, you know, like situation involving, you know, the people who are involved in the drama, shift in management, or whatever, yeah. Have those, just out of curiosity, have those been like the only people that have quit recently? And do you happen to know the reasons why they quit? So I was gonna say, like, I mean, it's usually never a good sign when that many, like, higher-ups just quit that close. Usually foretells of, not good things if they're ditching. So we have... Ugh. Goodness. Well, at least it was all for different reasons then. You have 888. I am abundant is the affirmation for this card. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. So, in other words, don't focus on all the fucking drama around you. You just do you. Keep your head down. Keep your head down and just keep doing what you can. Don't pay attention to their drama. Try to, you know, stay away from it when you can. Just focus on yourself. To use the to use the one line, what's the one line? Like, I'm staying in my own lane, like, watering my own crops and, like, thriving or some shit like that is kind of the vibes with that. Just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and try not to get dragged into all the fucking drama and negativity. Remember, at the end of the day, a job is just a job. And the people at that job are just co-workers. In other words, just try not to get dragged into their bullshit. Socializing with people at work doesn't mean that you have to get sucked into their bullshit. Unfortunately, though, there are far too many people who, there are far too many people there who don't like... There are far too many people in those spaces who just don't really get the concept of boundaries. Right? Like, yeah, that's what I fucking mean. Like, there are far too many people who just take shit so seriously there, and then it just leads to, like, fucking drama. Like, it doesn't gotta be that serious, my guy. Just take a fucking chill pill. And then they just don't understand the concept of, like, fucking boundaries and the concept of, you know, like, separation of work life and personal life. Oh god, that makes it even worse. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah. Yeah, well, I suppose knowing that it's retail makes a lot more sense now, though, honestly. Like, that's just retail for you sometimes. Yeah. Adam over here works retail, so he knows that struggle all too well. And I get to hear stories about the nightmare that is retail. Yeah, that's also unfortunately too frequently the case. Yeah. Yup. Just retail things. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that, and Godspeed.
working in retail there. Yeah. Hey, sometimes not working in a customer-facing position doesn't mean that it's any easier. In some cases like that, it can frequently be worse, because, you know. When some people don't gotta fucking, you know. When some people don't gotta face customers and don't gotta worry about customers fucking seeing their bullshit. Well, you get shit like that. Yeah. 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 But yeah. But yeah. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your work. And, you know, do what you can. Petty bitches gonna be petty bitches. Unfortunately. It's just best to just kind of ignore them. To the best of your abilities anyway. Sometimes you unfortunately can't, because sometimes that petty bitch is your boss. But yeah. But yeah. Just stay in your own lane, stay focused on yourself and your own well-being. I know, unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, there's always going to be some amount of bullshit that we gotta fucking deal with. Just for the sake of getting a fucking goddamn paycheck. But doesn't mean you gotta break yourself. That's just what, you know, a good chunk of society wants you to think. Is that you have no choice. Yeah, I know that feeling. And I know that, you know, it's nice to feel like you got, you know, like people on your side at work and shit. I understand that. I understand that. But yeah, just make sure they're not shady, petty ass bitches. But anyway, I hope that message helps. And again, best of luck dealing with all that shit, and
Godspeed. And good luck. Working in retail is a... Oh. Working in retail is a bitch. Working in any, like, customer service position, in any customer-facing position, in any sort of hospitality sort of position is just fucking nightmarish at times. As someone who used to work in IT. Ugh. I definitely do not miss some of the bullshit that I had to deal with in that job. And that was a relatively easy job. Compared to like other sorts of IT positions. I worked in IT at a college. It's not gonna be the same hell as a fucking corporate IT position. Compared to that, it's easy, but even at a fucking college, working in IT, still had to deal with some bullshit, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely not cut out for corporate sort of fucking job lifestyle. Sorry, automod flagged that for some reason. It's being a little finicky. And a little persnickety, I guess. Awesome. Yeah. 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 Oh, I'm sorry, my queue is closed for the night already. But I normally would do a closing collective. Well, I'm a little too tired right now. Like, I'm starting to get too tired. My brain is starting to cease function. My brain is operating like a fucking Windows 95 PC right now. It is very slow. But before we go, rather than doing a full collective, I will pull a few cards from the Thera-pets deck. Just for some cute little words of affirmation. As a closing message. I have enough energy for that. Okay, we got 3. There we go. Oops. Okay, we got... It's all going to work out fine. With cute little doggy. Here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you, and you are actually completely delightful. In other words, don't listen to that negative bitch in your head. And trying your best is all that matters. The rest will fall into place. Yeah. We got a doggy, a kitty, and a cuddlefish, I believe. I think that's what that is. But yeah. With that, I am unfortunately going to have to call it here because I'm getting a little too tired. And my brain be lagging. My brain be lagging. So it's time to call it here so I can go wind down for the night and probably go get some rest here shortly. But thank you all for stopping by. Whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked, I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon, but bye for now.